As we increasingly rely on cloud computing and online services, the demand for data storage and processing has skyrocketed. But have you ever stopped to think about the environmental impact of these massive facilities? From Facebook to Google, data centers are the backbone of our digital lives, but they require enormous amounts of energy to operate and, more importantly, water to cool their systems. In fact, a single data center can consume millions of gallons of water per day, putting a strain on local resources and ecosystems. Now, some might argue that this is a necessary evil, given the importance of these facilities in our modern world. But others are sounding the alarm, warning about the potential consequences of unchecked water consumption by data centers. Communities are already feeling the pinch, with some implementing restrictions or moratoriums on new data center construction due to concerns over water scarcity. But there's hope on the horizon. Emerging technologies like contact cooling systems are promising to significantly reduce water consumption and energy costs associated with traditional cooling methods. These innovative solutions use dielectric liquids to cool servers, eliminating the need for chillers, air handlers, and water treatment systems. In fact, some companies are already exploring the potential of these systems to recover waste heat at a commercially useful temperature. As we explore this topic further, it's essential to consider multiple perspectives. On one hand, data centers play a vital role in our digital economy, and their operators have a responsibility to minimize their environmental footprint. On the other hand, communities have a right to protect their resources and ensure that the benefits of these facilities are shared equitably. So what does the future hold for data centers and water consumption? Will we see a shift towards more sustainable practices, or will the status quo prevail? We'll be exploring these questions and more in upcoming segments. For now, it's time to take a break. We'll be right back with more from the world of stocks and finance on the Riskwiser Zone. Welcome back to the Riskwiser Zone. We're diving into the world of finance and economics for our middle segment today. The U.S. stock market has been experiencing a rally, driven in part by semiconductor shares, which have seen a significant surge this year. However, concerns about persistently high inflation and potential Fed rate hikes are causing investors to remain cautious. The July CPI report is set to be released on Wednesday, and economists expect it to rise 3.4% on a year-over-year basis. If the report shows a higher-than-expected increase in inflation, it could lead to a sell-off in stocks. On the other hand, if inflation comes in lower than forecast, it may alleviate some of the pressure on the Fed to hike interest rates. Treasury yields have also been rising, making bond investments more competitive with equities. Higher yields can translate into higher borrowing costs for consumers and companies, which could drag on economic growth and stocks. The benchmark 10-year Treasury yield recently hit its highest level since January 2025, but has since pulled back to 4.67%. Oil price volatility is another factor investors are watching closely. If oil prices continue to rise, it could increase inflation and prompt the Fed to hike interest rates. However, a drop in oil prices could have the opposite effect. We'll be keeping a close eye on these developments and their potential impact on the market. It's essential for investors to stay informed and adapt to changing economic conditions. As we navigate this complex financial landscape, it's crucial to consider multiple perspectives and avoid making emotional decisions based on short-term market fluctuations. Welcome back to the Riskwiser Zone. As we wrap up today's show, let's dive into a fascinating story about investing and wealth management. You may have heard of Michael Burry, a well-known investor who has been making headlines with his predictions about the market. Recently, he's been warning about potential downturns and advising investors to be cautious. Now, it's essential to note that every investor has their own strategy and risk tolerance. While some may be more aggressive in their investments, others may prefer a more conservative approach. The key is to find what works best for you and your financial goals. In the world of investing, diversification is crucial. It's not just about putting all your eggs in one basket. It's about spreading them across different asset classes to minimize risk. This can include stocks, bonds, real estate, precious metals, and more. For instance, investors like Warren Buffett have been known to invest heavily in index funds, which can provide broad diversification and potentially lower fees. Real estate is another popular investment option, offering the potential for rental income and long-term appreciation. However, it often requires significant upfront capital and ongoing management responsibilities. This is where crowdfunding platforms come in, allowing investors to purchase shares of rental properties with as little as $100. It's also important to consider seeking professional advice when it comes to managing your investments. A financial advisor can help you create a tailored strategy based on your age, income, retirement timeline, tax situation, and risk tolerance. They can review your investment mix, identify potential blind spots, and provide guidance on how to achieve your long-term goals. Ultimately, investing is a personal decision that requires careful consideration and research. It's essential to stay informed, be aware of potential risks, and adjust your strategy as needed. Whether you're a seasoned investor or just starting out, it's crucial to approach the market with caution and a clear understanding of your financial objectives. That's all for today's Riskwiser Zone. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, keep your finances in check.